Here's a little update video of transmission swap I did. I was running a 4L60E and I am now running a powerglide with a trans brake and a manual valve body. The car feels way faster with the powerglide, to me anyways. The spin had a lot of tire spin before, but now it's kind of tamed down a little bit and grips better. That long first gear. The engine's the same. It's just a 5.3 LM7, a little bit bigger cam and a turbo. And it's a little bit over 600 horse, still putting out. Still haven't went to E85 yet. I need to though. Show you underneath. Fits in there really nice. Like I said before, it's powerglide, the trans brake, the solenoid that operates the trans brake. Got a manual valve body, so it shifts whenever you shift, and whatever gear you're in, it starts out in that gear. So gotta be careful not to start out in a second. I run a PTC torque converter, 9.5 inch valve. It'll foot stall to about 42, 4400. It's also got a 2-step, and they recommend putting a suppression diode in on the trans brake solenoid. I guess they create quite a bit of a voltage spike when you operate it, so kind of helps out the electronics in the 2-step, keep from burning them up. Yeah, the 4L60 was a couple inches longer. I'd say probably maybe 3 inches or so. And I didn't want to drill new holes to move the bolts here. There's a couple up here behind the lines. But I didn't want to drill new holes to move the cross member up, so I made this little adapter plate. It adds about 3 inches, I think. And let's see. Bell housing bolts up here. Yeah. Bell housing bolts are really easy to get to. Only running 5s just because you can't, the top one on the right you can't use because there's no hole there. But all you really need is just 4 anyways. The 4 lower ones. But this top bolt over here can be kind of a bear, but when you let the transmission down, you can get to it pretty easy. Just use a wobble socket. And here's a Transtemp sensor. I'll show you where I put the gauge in a second. There's the cooler lines. Just ran a little bit of steel braided hose. And this is a thermostat for the derail fan. It'll turn the fan on at about 187 degrees. Aluminum lines running back to the cooler. Keeps it nice and cool. And it hasn't got hot yet. It's mounted right to the drive shaft loop. Another mount here in the back. And let's see. Still running the stock suspension. I mean completely stock. R200. The stock U-joint half shafts. Not sure how they're living, but they're making it. I did have to replace that one a long time ago when it wheel hopped real bad with the street tires at the track. It snapped it, but ever since I've been running the Mickey Thompsons, and now I got the Hoosier QuickTime Pros, they work pretty good. The little 8-inch wide tires. The best I've ran so far is a 1021 at 135, I believe. Pretty good. I'll show you the inside of what that did for the electronics. Let's see. Here's my Transtemp Gauge. I had a pillar pod that I got that was I didn't really like it. I was never going to use it. So I cut it in half and made a little mount that goes under the mirror. It just goes right under here. And then I kind of capped off the end with some hard epoxy stuff, that gray stuff you mix together. Gave it a little paint job and hooked it all up. It's up and out of the way. I didn't have to put any extra gauges down low or anything. This is the schematic I drew up to operate everything. If it'll focus. Come on, there we go. So I've got this relay here is controlled by the momentary shifter on the, or momentary shifter switch, this one here. And then this relay is controlled by, well, it's not a toggle switch, it's a rocker switch right here. So basically when I hit the this switch, you know, all the high amperage is going to be running through here and not through this switch, because the wiring going through that switch is really tiny. And the coil inside the relay doesn't take anything, I mean barely any amperage to run. So, and same with this, got to run the rocker switch running this, and give a little quick shot of it. So basically, when this is in the middle position, it'll run just the line lock. When I've got it pushed forward, it'll run the trans brake and the two-step at the same time. So I get up on the two-step, and as soon as that last amber comes on, I let go. Away you go. And then all the way back, I've got it running just the two-step. There's two inputs on the two-step, so. And this is the relay that I used. Well, two of them anyways. These little pigtails you can get on eBay. The relay I bought from, I think it was Omron. Yeah. Let's do this thing. It won't focus. Focus. There. So, just two of those. Wire everything up. Go have fun. Got any questions? Just post them in the comments. I will try to answer them the best I can. Thanks for watching.